Hi, I'm Ariane with Fresh Pair of Eyes. How are you guys?
Good.
Good, how are you?
I love your
Good.
earrings. So
Oh,
cute.
thank you.
Um,
So, Ash and Mouse, all things considered, have like a pretty normal relationship in Millwood of all places. Why do you think that is?
Um, I think both those characters do really well in the face of obstacle. And I think it did, to be sincere about it, I think it brought them closer together.
hmm.
But I'm really glad that Ash knows the secret now, of course, because of the trials and the news and everything. And keeping that from him, season one, doing that mirror maze scene was like ridiculous.
Oh
It's
my
like he
goodness.
doesn't see the monster in the reflections, except he's in the chase sequence. Um, no, but it's really sweet that they're able to maintain like this beautiful romance throughout. I have to give them their flowers though, because I don't know how they do it.
Their mom and dad.
Yeah, they
Their mom
aw,
and
you
dad.
always do say that's so
It's
Yeah.
cute.
not a trauma bond. Like they truly like each other, which I think is great.
That's
What
true.
do, what do you have to say about it?
It's interesting because I do think like once, the secret was revealed to him, I do think I would like to think that he understands a lot more about what was going on and gives a lot more grace because when you
Hmm.
find out that someone has been through that much trauma, then you do have to give, some grace. And I won't say that it's not without a rocky road to start of mistrust again, but I do think like it's a really beautiful thing to for him to watch Mouse come into her own and kind of take a step back and be like, okay, like she's got her girls, she's got her thing, like she's gonna be safe. Like I support her, I love her no matter what. She's kooky and quirky and we love her.
Hmm.
Sorry, the
Oh.
mouse came out.
Maya, you and Sean, though, do you think it's possible to have a relationship with someone in high school when their family despises you?
Crazy wording.
No.
That's so funny. Well, I think that caught me so off guard. That's so funny. I think Noah is constantly, especially after season one, she's in such a fight or flight state, and is constantly just trying to stay alive and defend herself and protect herself, that the last thing she needs is this woman driving her insane.
Over Monopoly
Over
too. Oh
Monopoly.
my gosh.
Have some
That brings
empathy,
out the worst
woman.
people, honestly, in Monopoly.
Oh my goodness. Honestly, me. No. I think she deserves to feel loved and she deserves to feel chosen and she deserves to feel protected and protected. And I think they're both young and they're both finding themselves, and the path to that self-discovery is a very windy road. And unfortunately, obviously, as it happens in life, a lot of the times people get hurt in the way. But I think in regards to Sean and Noah, I I just think they're both very young and trying to find themselves, and his family doesn't help at all.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Speaking of maybe other options, we see someone from your past, Jen. What do you think it's like for Noah to meet someone who kind of met her at one of the lowest points in her life and maybe knows some survival things that the other girls might not even know just because of the situation they were in?
Well, I think Jen is such a it's such a pivotal thing for Noah and in her life and in who she is. She definitely embodies like as if it were like a mirror that shows her what about herself she doesn't like, because Jen and her bonded at their lowest.
Mhm.
And I think Jen is such a reflection of what she's trying to get away from, but at the same time, she also is showing her everything that she's choosing not to do that makes her happy. That's a little bit confusing, but I just mean she really embodies both the good and the bad that Noah has in her, and I think it definitely makes her have to very consciously choose what it is that she does to better herself. And obviously, she gets confused at times.
Yeah.
Um, but Jen and her share way more than meets the eye, and I think that was definitely one of my biggest gifts this season. Getting to play with Ava Capri was a dream.
Yes. So Mouse is really into this website, Spooky Spaghetti.
Oh my goodness.
Why would she be interested in the website? Like, it's not at first to keep tabs on the girls. It just it seems to be odd that she would be into true crime after what she's been through. Like, why the exception?
Well, I've said before, I feel like it's like her stalking a bad ex. Like there is like a tendency when you go through something really horrible just to kind of like latch onto it. And I think, part of it's like her trying to reframe. And I think the lore is like on Spooky Spaghetti is so like fantastical and so exaggerated that I think maybe it's easier to like identify with that than your own truth or your own reality. Even though her reality, of course, is also very dramatic. But yeah, I think the Spooky Spaghetti story for Mouse is one of self-identity and also like trying to separate from those coping mechanisms of her youth that are like sometimes of detriment to herself. But I loved creepypasta. I still love creepypasta. I still fall asleep to true crime sometimes. I think there is something
Relaxing.
I know it's weird, isn't it? But I think sometimes there can be like a soothingness to darkness. And I know a lot of people out there can relate to that.
Do you yourself, as yourself, not your character, think that you would be a final girl or boy in a horror movie or TV series, or would you not make it?
I would love to say I'd make it, but I'd probably die in the first maybe 20 minutes. I run decently fast, but I'm such a little crybaby. I'd have a panic attack, die on the spot.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you should have seen when we got like a little shot. You got
Oh my God. We got a B12 shot. I had a panic attack.
Oh, same here. I would not like that.
I had a panic attack over a B12 shot. I'm dying in the first 4 minutes. I'm dying in the intro. That's the cold open. Me dead.
Oh my gosh. I would love to hear from Jordan with this one. Honestly.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you think?
I mean, I don't want to sound like cocky.
You would make it out.
I
No, I
Get out. You would make it out.
think I'm surviving.
Yeah. Malia and I.
You have tattoos and leather. Like, you're surviving. You're making it.
No, he's he's a very resilient person. Also, you're very adaptable, which I think I can be. I don't know. I find it harder to change courses. So if like one outcome isn't working out for me, I'd probably just like stand there in the corner and wait for Freddie Rose to get me.
Jordan just gets stuff done.
Yeah, he really
Anything
does.
he says he's gonna do something and he goes and does it, which to ADHD girlies right here is crazy.
Also, I think he's like
Or
he's his function on because we're all in upstate, right? And we spend so much time like separated from our lives and our families. But like Jordan really is like a caretaker on and off screen too.
He's dad.
Yeah. Well,
That's so
I wouldn't call him that.
I will.
So the girls have different summer jobs. Where would you want to work at? The pizza place, a lifeguard, the movie theater, or yeah, I think those are it.
Yeah, Pimble Pizza.
I work at the pawn shop.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah.
I would do
I'm an FO
lifeguard.
baby though.
your life at the pawn shop.
I would lifeguard, I think.
I would movie theater because free you could steal the popcorn and the candies.
That's true. You, Jay?
I love my lifeguard job. I get to just walk around shirtless, hang out, vibe in the sun. He doesn't really do much of guarding, honestly. He just kind of chills. So
Hey.
Well, thank you so much for taking time to talk to me. This was a lot of fun. I hope to talk to you again about this and other things.
Oh my gosh, thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Bye, Ariana.